Hi everyone, I hope you're doing good. This is a response video to MrHoffame. Um, he done a video a couple of months ago, I think in November time, December time, all about the best guitar solo or the perfect guitar solo. Check his video out and his channel out. I'll probably leave a link in the description. But he done his video based on like colour, feel, serving the song, which I do agree with. And the way he did it was totally fine. But as a guitar player, it's a massive subject for me, and I just wanted to expand upon what he did and sort of put my own spin on it, basically creating this video idea. So massive thanks to him for giving me this idea. Now, before we get into the video, if you're new, please consider subscribing for more guitar, rock and metal music content. Massive thank you to everyone who's already subscribed, for watching, commenting, and also the new subs that I've gained recently. Massively appreciated. Now, let's just get straight into this video. As a guitarist myself, the guitar solo is very, very important to me. Majority of songs for me are made by the guitar solo. I think that the solo should be a massive part of the song and should actually add something to make the song go up to another level. Some solos, however, can be not that great and sort of lessen the song, or they don't tend to have enough going on to make the song go up to that extra level like some really great guitar solos can. But also, some certain songs have got enough going on in the song that it doesn't really need a solo. Or, a solo might not fit in a certain progression. I understand that as a guitarist. There's certain riffs that you might come up with and a solo might not fit, or, it might just not work out, which is fine. And not every song needs a super flashy guitar solo. Sometimes you might just want something to complement the style of the song, the melody of the song, you know. Although it's always great to see a guitar player show off their talent with an awesome, super technical, shreddy guitar solo. Everyone has their own perspective on what the perfect guitar solo is. All are perfectly valid, but I thought I would go over the main kind of styles of solo. The first one I would say is melodic solo. These are not particularly technical, although they can be. It depends on the song and the style, I guess. It complements the melody of the song. Sometimes it can be just like a harmony or something over the top of this melodic riff, just to add extra depth to the song. Example of this would be like Whiskey in a Jar by Thin Lizzy. I think that complements the song pretty well, and that basically is what a melodic solo is, pretty much. The next one is like a bluesy style solo. These uses blues scales and techniques throughout the solo. Example would be any AC/DC solo. Angus Young pretty much uses a lot of blues licks in his guitar solos. Also, Red House by Jimi Hendrix as well would also be a pretty good example of a bluesy style guitar solo. Next one would be feel, emotional, colourful style solo, where the solo has more emphasis on the feel and the emotion of the song. Can be quite simple, just simple notes or many different uses of bends, because you can have a half bend, a full bend, a quarter bend, maybe a little bit of vibrato, just to add, extra something different, a bit extra blend to the solo. And the obvious choice for an example here would be the Comfortably Numb guitar solo by Pink Floyd, because that song is basically the definition of a feel guitar solo. The next one is crazy shredfest solo, where it's just super technical, really fast, using every single sort of technique and style, like trem picking, sweep picking, tapping, all sorts, string skipping, any other sort of crazy technique. Yeah, just really super fast, playing every note, really proficient. There's many examples you could use, like Domination by Pantera, Damage Incorporated by Metallica. Yeah, so many. And the last one that I came up with was a solo just for a solo's sake, just to have a solo in the song, even though it doesn't really add anything. It might be like, it might be melodic, or it might be just some crazy shred thing, but it doesn't really add anything to the song. It doesn't take it up to that extra level. Also, genre is quite important when talking about the perfect solo. Whatever genres you like that have guitar solos could play a massive part on your perspective of what the perfect guitar solo is for you. Comparing them is quite difficult. For example, like a jazz guitar solo would sound completely different to a thrash metal guitar solo, or a bluesy hard rock solo is completely different to a neoclassical shred solo. It doesn't make any of them not the perfect guitar solo, but it's just really difficult to compare with each other in that kind of way. You have to separate them from what they are. However, for me, what I would consider the ultimate style, my favourite sort of style of guitar solo, would be almost like a mix of all of what I said before, obviously apart from the last one about the meaningless solo. But all of the ones that I mentioned, put them all together, I find that the best guitar players find the perfect balance of melody complementing the song with the fancy technical stuff as well. For me, those are the perfect guitar solos. For example, like Joe Satriani, the majority of his guitar solos use that formula, where he uses the melody and the song and does his crazy shred over the top. But in like proper other songs, like a good example would be Tornado of Souls by Marty Friedman. Well, Megadeth, but Marty Friedman plays that solo. And yeah, I think that would be a perfect example of the perfect guitar solo, because it's got the melody in there and it's got the awesome crazy technical techniques as well. And also Cemetery Gates by Pantera, Dimebag Darrell. Yeah, that's just a wonderful guitar solo. So that was this video, a slightly different take on what the perfect guitar solo is. I'd love to know what you thought of this video, and what's your preference on the perfect guitar solo? What makes a perfect guitar solo for you? Do you agree with me, or do you have your own sort of opinion on what you think it is? And yeah, if you got this far, thanks ever so much for watching. Until the next time, keep shredding.